Hey guys, how are ya? Gonna do an Aries New Moon card pull because today is a special day. Today is the first new moon of the year, the astrological year. And so we are in Aries right now. And the new moon is Aries. The new moon's always in the sign of the sun because that means the sun and the moon are so close that the moon goes dark because the sun is blocking it out. And when there's a full moon, it's when the moon is opposite the sun and it's illuminated at its brightest. So the new moon sign is always in the sign of the sun. And since we just had the spring equinox, hey peeps, we are now in Aries season. So it is the new year. This is the second week of the new year. Yeah. So, card pulls for everybody. This means that I want you to know your rising sign in order to do this. So this is going to take a little bit of time because there's 12 of you. There's 12 astrological signs, right? And each one gets a card. We are doing the Divine Feminine deck because we are going to ask the Divine Feminine for each sign how best to access love in this new year. And not just love, relationship love, but the divine love, the ultimate creative source of everything. It's the creative source of the rose lineage even. Like if you're interested in the rose lineage and you go back far enough, it goes way further than Jesus. It goes right to the beginning of time, which is creation, which is all from love. Because if you don't love something, you don't create more of it. Think about that. Okay, so if you are an Aries rising, first up for you, Green Tara, the Buddha of enlightened action. My soul informs my every step. I do what my heart compels me to do. Well, that sounds like Aries if I ever heard it. So in order to access love for you, Ms. and Mr. Aries risings, you've got to take that step, that right action, the next right action. So tap in. What is it? Next right action. What initiates me? Go do that thing. Yeah. And I do what my heart compels me. So your next right action is going to be in your heart anyway. Perfect. Perfect. So accessing love for you is right on track with what you would normally be. Okay, if you're a Taurus rising, we're going to go with Inanna, of course. Okay, so Queen of Heaven and Earth. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. Is this getting weird or what? Because this is very much a Taurus card. I accept all that I am. Taurus is about self-love, self-acceptance. So if you can tap into that energy, that is how you will access your love, through self-acceptance, through not hiding. Inanna is the goddess. She's the virgin goddess of everything, of the cosmos. And she is known for taking the path into the shadow, walking down into the shadow to meet her twin sister at the altar. And when she gets to the altar, she is altered. There's a reason why those two words are very similar. And so she learns to love every part of herself. Her twin sister is really her. So she goes from Taurus to Scorpio. She goes across the aisle, goes down, goes deep, learns self-acceptance, comes back out as a sensual Taurus, because she's also very much in the sacred sex arena of things. Okay, if you are just joining, we are doing a card pull for Aries by your rising sign. So now we're on Gemini. Gemini risings. Saraswati, the goddess of self-knowledge. How weird is this? Okay. The essence of who I am, this is so crazy. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. So, Hello. I don't know who. Oh, people are joining, but hi. I am doing the card pulls for everybody. So Saraswati, self-knowledge, Gemini. Doesn't get any better than that. So the access of love for you is through your self-knowledge and the nodes theme. Yep. Definitely. That from the last one, for sure. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. Amazing. Amazing. Who are you? Who are you in Aries season as a Gemini rising? Know thyself, and thou shalt know the universe. The ultimate saying that was written above the oracles of Delphi's temple. Know thyself and thou shalt know the universe. The more you know yourself, the more the universe opens up for you. So you can see more layers of the same thing you've always been seeing. So that's pretty awesome. Okay. I'm still so shocked that self-knowledge is literally, that's crazy. Now I'm like, am I going to be able to do it for the next 9 signs? Okay, so we are on, every time I go to do a live, my voice starts to go. It's so weird. Okay, Cancer. Cancer. How can Cancer risings open their heart in this new moon? Teresa of Avila, Our Lady of the Interior Life. She is known for the, I think, we want to say the mansions of self, the inner mansions, which is literally what the 4th house in the Cancer is building foundations. So I wish I could mute this so I could make a really gross noise and clear my throat, but I can't. Oh, but it's so bothering me. Our Lady of the Interior Life, I trust the answers I find within me. I know that the presence of love is real. Well, Cancer is the heart, right? Cancer is the heart chakra. So to know that the answers are within your heart is your key to love. Is your key to finding love in this new moon and new year. Okay. Leo risings. I know there's a Leo rising in here right now. Joan of Arc. Ooh, I like it. Okay. The warrior of light. I have steel-like faith in myself. The angels armor me with conviction, which is very much this chakra, right? So we were just here. Now we're down here with the Leo risings and having that conviction and that will. Yes, Emma, it's you. I know that. Leo rising. So, Joan of Arc, what do you need to say? She's the warrior of light, literally. Okay, so that part I did not see that at first. The warrior of light. Who's a Leo? The light. Leo is the sun. These are getting pretty crazy. Okay, so your way to feel love, access divine love, is through your faith in yourself, being the warrior of light, and having that conviction given to you by your guides. The angels armor me with conviction. Your team is helping you move forward. Joan of Arc's part of the Rose lineage, by the way. Okay, so I didn't skip one, did I? No, we're on Virgo. You can't make it up. It's crazy. Diana! You guys! Okay. I almost don't want to go anymore because I'm going to oh my God. I'm the track record, right? What if I lose the next one? Diana. Okay, so Virgo is the Virgin. You've heard me say this a billion times, but the Virgin in astrology is holding a chaff, I think that's the right word, of wheat. It's literally shooting an arrow. I don't know. I'm just okay. Diana I'm getting all weird now. I know, shut up, right? Diana is the queen of the wilderness. The language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. So, Virgo risings, you need to become one with the language of nature, meaning birth, death, rebirth. That's the language of nature. And abundance is also the language of nature, because abundance doesn't mean money. Abundance means regeneration. Things always regenerate. So when you ask for abundance, you're asking for the regeneration of energy, of whatever energy you're asking for. So if it's money, you're asking for the regeneration of money, that you don't block the flow of the regeneration. So in order for you, Virgo risings, to feel love and access divine love in this new year is to become one with the energy of renewal and regeneration. Okay? Which is also very much tied to birth, death, and rebirth. Like that's the cycle, right? You're birthing anew. You're birthing anew every time something regenerates. So that is just freaking crazy. I'm pretty sure Diana wanted to rule Virgo in my dream that night, so I'll have to check my paper. I forget. Okay, where are we at? Libra risings. Lalita, the red goddess. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to light. So this one is for me. I'm a Libra rising. And so playfulness, Libra risings, the way for you to access love is through play and laughter. And literally, that's the message I get all the damn time. Because a lot of what I talk about is so freaking serious that, we forget to laugh. And last night was our first meeting for the priestess training I'm holding, and I feel like we laughed a good amount last night, and that really helped me heal. So that was awesome. So Libra risings, find your play, find your laughter, rebalance yourself from a seriosity of life, right? You're a Libra rising. You are the ultimate balance. You are the one that holds all the keys to balance. Go and be that. Okay, Scorpio risings. I love me a Scorpio. Okay, Bridget, the goddess of the eternal flame. I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter, which is literally what Scorpio helps you do, is that you go down into the underworld, but you can't live there. You have to come back out, and every day that you come back out gets a little bit brighter. Every hour the sun comes out from the underworld of nighttime, it gets a little bit brighter. Same deal. So for you, you are... this is Scorpio. They're just like, get out of the mud. Like, that's all I keep hearing is get out of the mud. I don't know if you're Scorpio rising, you might know what that means better than I do. But I think it is, you're in this mucky area and you need to find what's light about being in the mucky, muddy area. So this would end up being a gratitude type of thing where you are finding the good in the mud. And by finding the good in the mud, you are thereby getting out of the mud, even if you're still in it. That was a very confusing thing, I feel like. I keep remembering this thing I heard the other day about an experiment of two twins. One always hated everything, and one, no matter what, found the beauty in it, and who was happier. And obviously you can tell which kid was going to be the happier adult. And they're just kind of keep showing me that whole the kid was in a room full of manure and he still found a way to play and love the fact that he was alive inside a room of manure. So anyway, that's for you, Scorpios. Find your light inside of the darkness that is being a Scorpio. I have an 8th house sun, so I understand that. My feet are falling asleep. I really gotta move. Okay. Where am I at? Scorpio, Sagittarius, right? I feel like I lost track. Primordial ooze. Oh, I love that. Oh, last night was amazing. I'm so glad you loved it. Primordial ooze. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that is exactly what that is. That's what it feels like. Okay, so I am on Sagittarius, right? Yeah, okay. Sekhmet, the Red Lady. I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving voice to it. So the way Sagittarius risings can feel divine love is to give themselves the credit, give themselves the voice, give them honor what they're feeling by voicing it, by not holding it in anymore. The Red Lady, I am pure strength. So Sagittarius, where is your strength, and are you allowing yourself to do it? Hello, Janine. How are you? Pulling cards for your rising sign. I forgot what your rising sign is. I may have already done it because I'm on Capricorn now. I can't remember. Remind me what your rising sign is. Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. Right? Tell me if I'm missing one, okay? Lakshmi. Of course. Of course the Capricorn's gonna get the money goddess. Okay. Oh, Gemini. Okay. I did pick Geminis already, but I'll find it at the end and show you. Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. Okay, so abundance, I already kind of talked about abundance there, but it is that regeneration, renewal. I'll show you Lakshmi here. Lakshmi, and it's the way to feel love is the way to feel divine love in this new year for Capricorns is to allow themselves to feel abundant, to look at their abundance and go, oh, I am abundant already. Right. I am a part of nature. I already have this regeneration within me. I already have abundance in my life. Wealth is an inside job, and to hit up your inner abundance. Basically, you've made the outer abundance work. Now it is time for you to go within and let the inner abundance start to flourish. Because if you have been stuck doing the whole money thing on the outer, and you've probably been ignoring the inner. And the inner is where the true wealth is, where the true regeneration is, because once you can start to learn how to alchemize the stuff inside, that never ends. That is always regenerating. That kind of skill will help you for your whole life. It regenerates nonstop. Excuse me. So, Aquarius. Anyway. Tekla. One of my favorites. Aquarius. The prophetess of true power. Hey, Helen. Hello. Tekla, this is for Aquarius risings. How do you feel abundance in this new year is through calling back all of your power from all times and places and spaces your soul has ever resided, and own it. Own it all. Good and bad. Good, bad, and ugly, pretty, beautiful, whatever it is. All of it. Own it. The prophetess of true power. Tekla. She literally... Oh my God. Here. Did I show you Tekla? My goodness. She is a powerhouse. Rose lineage. I'm gonna not swear. Dude. I mean, she basically, like... They try to kill her, like, 3 times. And every single time her faith in the Lord saved her. Every time. And so she actually has a lot of, if you read her story, her and St. Paul, it's titled Under St. Paul, but it's her story. They don't even mention St. Paul in the thing, hardly. It's her story. What was I going to say? Her devotion. There's just so much symbolism in her story. So much. And if you start to read it, you start to understand that she is a Vestal Virgin. She is one that holds the flame. And there is so much fire in her story. They tried to burn her alive. They tried to have her be eaten alive by a lion. Lion rules the sun, right? Leo rules the sun. Sun rules Leo. Right? Lots of energy here. So Aquarius, really, if you're Aquarius rising, really awesome. The prophetess of true power. So to hold yourself accountable, feel your own power, and you will feel divine love. I mean, fuck. I wish that was the Libra rising. Because Libra, I don't want to play. That was mine. I was like, I don't want to play. But I will. Okay, last one, Pisces rising. Is there any more Pisces people here? The way to feel love in this new year for a Pisces. Who wants to guess? Who wants to guess? I know there's such a time delay, so I won't make you guess, but... Show me some hearts, people. Show me some hearts. If you are a Pisces rising, the way for you to feel love in this new year is to be the bridge between heaven and earth and to really trust that you are that bridge. You are fully human and fully divine, and you get to span both. In order to feel the love, and it looks like by Easter, which is soon, this will happen. So make sure if you're a Pisces rising to get your booty together by Easter, and start to really own that you are the teacher, the healer, the bridge between heaven and earth. I'm a Pisces. Can I take it as Pisces sun? Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, you can. The mermaid one. Oh God, no, that was awesome last night. I did not pick her. Oh, but I just saw her. There she is. Mermaid. Yamoya. Pisces, I'm a Pisces signature sign, so I'm gonna claim that one too. Good. You should. Because you're in the Rose lineage now, so you kind of have to, whether you want to or not. Okay, Mary Magdalene. So, take it for your Pisces moon. Yes. Another priestess. Take it for your Pisces moon. Is Ramsey Pisces anything? I think she's like Capricorn everything. Anyway, that was... Don't worry about me. Okay, so the Gemini one was the goddess of self-knowledge, because I know you're still here, so thank you for sticking around. The goddess of self-knowledge, so basically you will feel love by knowing thyself. And I think we've kind of had this conversation maybe even twice now, I think, about knowing thyself and thou shalt know the universe. So that is how you will feel love, to dig in even deeper to feeling into who you are. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. So the reason why I did this, I don't really have a reason actually, I just wanted to, but also I'm trying to get myself in the vibe of talking about the goddess a lot more, because I'm going to start talking about goddess astrology and the goddess laws that have been like coming through me. And since they're not quite complete, at least I don't feel like they are, I get nervous to even start talking about it. But what they're kind of telling me is that like the rest of it's going to actually come from my mouth, not from me channeling it. So I am here talking about that. Almost every significant person in my life has a Pisces moon. Wow. Okay. Anybody else want to chat? Want to say anything? Want to talk? Have any? Does anybody want to have fun or laugh with me? Because seriously, that was my message. And I'm usually here alone, laughing at myself and my dogs. So yes. Okay. Goddess Laws will come out soon, but basically what it is the reason why I want to have fun. Yeah, as soon as my birthday comes, hopefully you can come to New York and we can have fun there together. And you're in for the fun, right? You're not coming to New York. I wish you were. It was a busy day at work and was super in the masculine rush energy. Ugh. I feel you. I don't like that. Is that a real question? What a real question? Why is the delay so long on this thing? Oh, I don't know. But the reason why I had us do this today with our rising sign is because, first of all, finding out what is your fourth house might take a couple people a little too long. So if you go with the rising, it's always whatever. And because the goddess laws have to do with the heart. So you're gonna have to take chakra laws in order to understand some of this. But basically, we have our chakras, which are the chakra laws, which are more masculine and they're very linear, right? We've got the linear thing. And then every time we have a blocked chakra, it's because the pathway to the heart from that chakra is blocked. So that's the main teachings of the goddess laws, is that finding out what part is blocked, what part needs more love and attention, and kind of clearing that pathway through all the alchemy tools, love, acceptance, forgiveness. It could be inner child stuff. There's, all the very goddessy, divine feminine tools of healing will alchemize the pathway between, let's say it's your throat and your heart, or your third eye and your heart. And each one of those has an astrological pattern that goes along with it. So you go from one area all the way up to the heart. So one sign to the heart. And that's how it goes back and forth, around and around. And there's colors involved and sounds involved. There's a whole lot of things involved, but just getting us started. So we're going to talk about that a lot more later. Excited for the goddess laws. Me too. Oh yeah. Biden can, yeah. Well, we all know it's not actually him doing it. Excited for the goddess laws, and thanks for reminding me of the chakra laws. I can tune into that this weekend. Yes, if you're in my priestess training, please take chakra laws so you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Lots of everything is based off of the chakra laws. Lots of and that is the term I was given to use for that. There are other systems out there that are very similar-ish, that will call it something else. A lot of it's based off the Hermetic laws. The Hermetic laws are from Hermes Trismegistus, who was a man. So, well, he could have been a god. He could have been a man. He could have been both. We all kind of don't really know. But he was male, and the laws of the universe are typically the Hermetic laws. There's 7 of them. But there are more nuanced and subtle elements of the universe that are in between, floating, sparkling in between each one of the chakra laws. Each one of the chakras, each one of the Hermetic laws. And so if you know the Hermetic laws, you know the correct order of the chakras. By the way we say them now is not right in my mind. if you start to know the order of all those things, you literally start to understand the universe so much better because numbers make more sense. Tarot follows it. Astrology follows it. It all is one. So all of these little divinations, or I shouldn't say little, but all of these separate's a better word, divinations are not separate. They're really one thing. They're connected, like totally. And if you learn the correct order of the chakras that go along with the Hermetic laws, you start to see how the rest of them match up. Now, there's only 7 Hermetic laws. What about? And if you, okay, back up. There's only 7 Hermetic laws, and so if you attach an astrology sign to them, you only go from Aries to Libra. What about the rest of the 5 signs? Where do they go? Those are the pathways, plus Ophiuchus. They were hell-bent on Ophiuchus being a part of this. So, and now I know why. Because if you have 7 chakras, there's going to be 6 pathways, not 5. And so there are 6 signs that are left in the wheel that the sun traverses. So it's not so much finding out that you've become an Ophiuchus. No, it's about using Ophiuchian energy and archetypes to heal the area that connects to the heart. The chakra that Ophiuchus connects to the heart. So you needed 6 more signs so that you could have a pathway in between all 7 chakras to the heart. I understand. But when they came to me at first and were like, no, there's 13 of them. You're using 13. And I'm like, but astrologers will kill me because they really, really hate Ophiuchus. And I was like, okay, well, I'll try, and then it started to roll out like, oh, here's why you needed 6 extra signs so that because there are 6 pathways in between 7 chakras. And what else is there? I was going to say something, but it kind of just left me. I'll figure it out. That's probably why I've always said everything is connected when I was tuning into tarot and the spiritual world. Yes. Okay. So the interesting thing about tarot is tarot scope is a thing, but it's not numerological. So for instance, number 5, the 5th card, is the Hierophant. It is associated with Taurus inside of tarot scope. But it's the 5th card. So Taurus is the 2nd sign. So there is tarot scope. That is also a separate thing. It's just not in order. It's not the way for me that I see how the number 2 travels across all of the things. The number 2 between the Hermetic laws and astrology and the tarot and other things is the same energy. But if you're saying Taurus is the Hierophant, number 5, that's not in order. That's not the same numerological energy that I feel. So when I tap into 5, I do feel teacher, but I feel it from a willpower place. So you'll see when you take Chakra Laws how this all matches up. It's numerological. That's why it's masculine. It's got the order first. This second half of this is less orderly and more flowy, more healing, more feminine in a divine feminine way, where we're using the tools of the divine feminine like acceptance, forgiveness, surrender, all of those concepts. Your memory knowledge is absolutely insane. You guys, okay, so I know you all think I have got this crazy memory. I think partially it's my gift to know this information. I think I'm actually just remembering it, honestly. Like, if it just shows up in my existence, like, it's just like, oh, light turned back on back there. But I swear, when you learn the chakra laws, everything will make sense, and you don't have to remember anything, because you already, once you watch the first episode, everything else makes sense. You can predict what's going to happen with the second and the third episode, because you can go, oh, well, she's talking about 3 now. Okay, 3. So that's obviously going to be this stuff. And it goes along with all the esoteric, like, rulerships and yeah. So thank you. I appreciate that. You guys think I have this crazy memory. Maybe yes, maybe I do. But I think also, if somebody just explained something to you in a logical format, you too would have the same memory. I've seen some readers say the Fool is Aries and some say Aquarius. It's interesting to see different perspectives. I don't see the Fool as any of them. I think the Fool is out of time. That's how I see the Fool. I think the 21 archetypes go from 1 to 22. 0 is out of time, because 0 doesn't really exist. So the Fool is an archetype that lives before we live. The Fool is on the other side. The Fool is getting ready to become a thing. It's in the void still, right? So the Fool, to me, doesn't fit in this sense. It can be the beginning and the end, right? If you have 0, just like in playing cards, ace is either 1 or it's like the winner, right? It's like all or nothing. That's the Fool to me. We start with number 1. So the Magician is Aries, is mentalism, right? Makes sense. Makes sense. All makes sense. You'll go watch it. You'll figure it out. You'll see that it's like, oh wait, that makes so much sense. And so when I got to Chakra Laws, I got to the end, and people that were taking it were like, but what about the next signs? And I'm like, I don't know. And then that's when all of the goddess laws started getting downloaded, was that they were like, you needed to do this first and get it out there in order to even know that there was missing pieces. And that's how it happens. So if you are stuck yourself, you're stuck in doing something, just do it, because chances are your guides are going to show you the next right action. Aries, thank you. Once you actually do the thing, you've got to do a thing first, and then they show you the next thing. So masculinized society loves to say, know the end result and work your way back. That doesn't work all the time. It doesn't work if you have a very large feminine archetype within you. It doesn't work just kind of in nature either. Like there has to be both, right? So you have to take the next right step once you actually do the fucking thing. And I'm talking to myself here too, because I have a hard time just turning on YouTube and going, what am I going to talk about today? But what happens when you do that, you may not know where it's going to lead, and you're going to feel real stupid at first, because people are going to be like, where's the rest of it? This part doesn't make sense. This part, you're leaving this open-ended, whatever. People might not even say that, but this is what happens in my head that I think people say. And I did it anyway, because I knew how important it was to match up the 7 Hermetic laws with the first 7 signs and the first 7 chakras and the first blah, 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 blah. Because it lands information for people. Even if we stopped at 7 and that was it, if you watch it, information will land. And every bit of information that you'll hear in terms of esoteric or occult stuff, secretive stuff, or just new knowledge will land on top of that. It's a great foundation. So I made it out of faith that, like, even if it was just the first 7, it would still help somebody. And lo and behold, I finished it and was like, what do we do about the next 5 signs? Where do they go? I started asking the question. I started asking my guides, like, what do we do with the next 5 signs? Like, what is this? And then the people taking the class were also asking that question to me. And that night, didn't sleep the whole night because it was a constant, this is what we're doing. The goddesses all came up and were like, I'm fucking tired. They were literally like, I'm fucking tired of not being included in astrology, like main astrology. That's what they were saying to me. So they each like came up, all 13 of them assigned, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you. They assigned themselves a spot on the wheel. And 12 and 13. So here is the main jam here between astrology with the 12 signs and goddess laws or goddess astrology with 13 is because 12 is the number there's lots that go on with 12. 12 is a spiritual number. You can tell 12 is everywhere, just like 7 is everywhere. There's 12 jurors on a jury. There's 12 zodiac signs. There's 12 hours on the beginning of a clock, face of a clock, which means there's 24 total hours, right? 12 is hyper masculine. It is the number of the old world as well. There's 12 tribes of Israel, right? That goes all the way back. Now, think about how often 12 shows up in history, like even just thinking about the tribes, right? The tribes of Israel. And now think about around the year 1776, where 13 became a really important number, right? We had 13 colonies here. We're the new world. We're supposed to be the new version of that. We're supposed to be goddess oriented because 12 is the amount of months it takes for the sun, the masculine aspect, to go, well, from our perspective, to go around you guys know what I'm saying. The sun is masculine though, so it takes 12 months from our perspective for the sun to travel throughout the sky. But 13 is the number of the goddess because there are 13 weeks in between every season because there are 13 full and new moons a year, a calendar year. So within 1 year, you have 13 moons, but 12 months. So there's a balance between masculine and feminine between 12 and 13. So the reason why there's 13 signs in goddess astrology, because it's goddess astrology, it has to have 13. 13 is the number of the goddess, because that's why when priestesses in the old days were very like moon blood oriented, or they were like, period magic, that kind of stuff, because they were devoted to the goddess of the moon. Did I pick Diana for Virgo? I did, didn't I? Yeah. Because the moon in Virgo, the moon rules Virgo in esoteric astrology. That's crazy. Okay, so I'm really glad that I picked Diana. Diana actually really wanted to be a part of Virgo when she came through. I can remember that. Sitting on my coat. Okay, so 12 and 13. That is why the goddess is all over America, is covered up by a bunch of patriarchal shit. But Columbia is a goddess that we made up to be the, what's the word? Like the front runner of the whole country. We are Columbia, right? That's what they call this country. I don't know. They don't call it that much anymore. But back in the day, for sure, she was a goddess that stood there, and she was goddess Columbia. She's made up. And so, like, she's all over the place. Statue of Liberty is in New York Harbor. It's not just a woman standing there with a torch. It's ISIS, you guys. The goddess is everywhere in this country. 13 is supposed to be the new world number because we're supposed to move away from patriarchal masculine society, not necessarily move toward matriarchal society, but move toward a balance of both. So that's what I wanted to say about 12 and 13 is that 12, what are you doing? She's fine. She just scratches her ear and goes, "Argh." We unlocked her voice, by the way. She had no voice until about a year ago. And she's like 8 years old or so. No voice, never used it, not once. She had a horrible beginning of her life. So she her chakras were shut down. And we fucking opened them. And it is crazy how much she uses her voice now. So if it's possible in a dog, it is possible for you too. It is possible. So I think I'll leave it at that with the 12 and 13 because that's a pretty heavy thing. And it's something you want to start looking at. How the sun takes 12 months, but there are 13 moons. 13 moons, 13 weeks in a year. The number 13 is feared, right? Fear the number 13, triskaidekaphobia. Like the death card is number 13 in the tarot deck. It's not about death. It's about renewal. It's about rebirth. It's the sun or the moon. She does that every month. And our bodies follow that. Female bodies follow that. And they bleed once a month. A lot of the times with one of the, not necessarily, but with one of the moons. Full or the new. 13 is a big number. So, Goddess Laws had to have 13 laws in it. All right. If you're in the Priestess ring, please go listen to Goddess or the Chakra Laws this weekend so we can talk later. And yeah, mine usually does too. It's been a little bit. What's interesting, what happened to mine is I was synced with the full moon for years. And just recently, I'm synced now. Oh, I get it. I'm synced now when the moon hits Cancer. That's when it happens for me. The hearts. See, everything is always a sign. Everything is always as above, so below, which you'll learn in Chakra Laws. You'll learn all of these laws that make the universe tick. As above, so below. So if I'm going to start talking about love and accessing divine love through goddess astrology and goddess laws, of course, my bleed is going to come on the Cancer moon. And I was so confused by this. I didn't even understand this until last month when I don't even know where my phone, oh, where's my phone? Oh my God, you guys, it's right in front of me. I thought I was on Zoom because it's up against my computer. And for some reason, I thought I was on the computer. But I didn't understand what was happening until my phone told me the moon hit Cancer. And immediately I started bleeding. And I was like, oh, and then so I looked in the calendar back a couple of months and every month it was when the moon hit Cancer. And I was like, well, that's strange because it's like kind of in between. Oh, good, Chrissy. I'm glad you did that. It's, because the Cancer moon, I'm only going to bleed on the Cancer moon when it's Capricorn season, right? Right? Sometimes I question my astrology knowledge. Right? No, that's not right. What is it? Yeah. You guys help me out here. Is Cancer and Capricorn opposites? I'm getting hearts. I feel like maybe I've talked too long now and I just don't know what I'm saying anymore. But the point is that the Cancer, when the moon hits Cancer, it's going to be in between a new and a full moon all the time, unless it's Cancer moon month, right? So I started to get down on myself a little bit because I was like, I always bleed on the full moon. Like, what's happening? My body must be getting menopause. That's always what I'm saying. Like, I must be getting menopause. I'm like not even 39 yet. that's my thing, right? I always jump right to that. And lo and behold, it didn't matter that it was in between the moons, the big moons. It was always on the Cancer moon. Cancer is 4th, Cap is 10th. Oh, duh. Okay. In my head, all of a sudden, okay, do you guys know I have synesthesia? I have synesthesia, and I have synesthesia mostly based around time, which is really weird. Synesthesia is when you sense something in a sense that it shouldn't be sensed in, technically. So like, also my synesthesia comes up if I hear a note that is, let's just say the note B. I see brown. So the note B makes brown happen in my eyes. And so with time is my biggest one. And time also is astrology. That's literally what astrology is like keeping time. So when I envision the signs in astrology, they get envisioned as space. It's really wild. So when I think about time, it's actually space. And I get confused sometimes because sometimes I think like, what's the space between Cancer and Capricorn? And I start to see it in this like loop, like this big like Mobius strip that just is like this time thing stretched out. And sometimes it looks like it's like this, like close to each other. And I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. But yes, now that I think about it, now that Chrissy says it to me, Cancer is the 4th, Cap's the 10th, of course, is 6 in between. So there you go. Okay, I've chatted enough, I think. I am going to go get some water. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed your little card pull, and I hope that all y'all who have Pisces anywhere, which is really everybody, take this card into your heart and know that you too are a Magdala. Thank you.